Ideas don't grow on trees until now. Syracuse University sports teams are known as the Orange. But Jeff Glor shows us how a Syracuse professor created a way to put dozens of fruits all on one tree. Jeff?
Fascinating stuff this morning. Sam Van Aken initially set out to save something very old. Ancient varieties of stone fruit from as far away as England, Syria, and China. What he developed is something entirely new. Sam Van Aken's nursery is a workshop, laboratory, and easel all rolled into one. And here, he's at work on his masterpiece. A single tree that grows 40 types of fruit. This springtime rendering of what the blossoms will look like is getting attention worldwide.
It's very flattering, it's amazing, but yeah, it's also overwhelming. So there'll be varieties that blossom earlier.
Van Aken, an art professor at Syracuse University, grew up on a farm in Pennsylvania. A few years ago, he learned New York's Agricultural Experiment Station, a 125-year-old institution that preserves and produces fruit, was going to rip up its entire stone fruit orchards. So he set out to find a permanent home for varieties that trace back thousands of years.
When I started, it was a matter of essentially collapsing an entire orchard down onto one tree. That was the practical application for it, yes.
That's what this tree is, an entire orchard in one.
Yes, yeah. Actually, it's a couple orchards in one if you. This is the first of the European plums, so that's an early Laxton.
An early Laxton?
Yeah, it's from England, about 18th century.
I feel historic. Growing multiple stone fruits, like peaches or plums, on one tree is possible because what Van Aken does, perhaps better than anybody, is graft.
So to start the tree, you make a cut. And you can see that I cut it so these two pieces line up.
In essence, tricking a tree into adopting a new limb, or in Van Aken's case, dozens of them. The tree of 40 fruit has been growing for 9 years. 14 are installed around the country, most in public places, like this one at the center of the Syracuse campus.
That's Cuban Burgundy.
Alive and edible, Van Aken says his project has grown beyond expectation. Perfect.
There's a pastor in Norfolk, Virginia, that did a sermon, and a big part of the sermon was using the tree of 40 fruit as a symbol. And to me, that was amazing that it reached that far.
There's something about it that's biblical.
Oh, definitely. You know, I liken it to the tree of life. It's the beginning of a story.
It is also some pretty fascinating food for thought.
I saw somewhere on a website where somebody said that the tree of 40 fruit will end world hunger, and it's like, no, it won't, not at all. But what it can do is, I like to think that it can lead to that type of thinking.
New things are possible.
Always. Yeah.
Really
Thank you,
Professor.
What it's going to look like, right?
Man, yeah, the rendering.
I have a very small sampling for you guys, some of what will blossom here. Charlie.
That's a plum?
Yeah, these are all plums, so it's
Could I
stone
have
fruits.
that purple
Yeah,
one?
you can switch it off.
No, the
Sure.
bigger one.
Oh, you want this guy? Okay, fine.
I like that.
Now watch out, it's
I like
very
these
ripe.
better.
So it's stone fruit, so
Which means?
plums, apricots, almonds,
Yeah.
but they're all stone fruit. Sam makes some very interesting
These are
points. He
sweet.
said they are, right?
Mine's tart.
Some of them are bitter, that's right. He said he talked to somebody from California who spent $10,000 to take some plums out from California. Now, if you can teach somebody to do that in your backyard, here or somewhere else, you save money, you help everybody, right?
Yeah.
Now, how long does it take for that
Grafting. to work.
grafting to happen?
The tree of life is 9 years old.
Yeah.
Grafting is typically a 2 or 3 year process at least.
I think your professor's onto something.
Yeah.
Good stuff.
And he's an art professor.
He is.
Thank you, Jeff.